What's up guys, it's Unsilent Gamer and I'm back again with another video about corrupted replays.
I'm right here, boss man. I got this, yeah.
Now if you guys remember in the last video, I had restored a couple of video replays. You can see in this clip here from the last video, plenty of people reported back and said they've had success doing the same thing I was able to do and get their replay file back into the in-date section of your replay list, right? That worked. Now as the game changes from updates, the more and more updates come through, eventually these files seem to not be playable any longer inside of the replay folder here. As you can see, I've got a couple of files here that are out of date. Now I'm going to try and do the same thing and repair them the normal way that we did in the last video. Let's do that right now. Alright, so we're going to go over to C:, users, your folder here, app data, local. I'm going to go to Fortnite game, saved, demos, right? I'm going to go ahead and rename this replay here to the replay test 2. All right, now that we've renamed that file, there it is, replay test 2. We're going to go ahead and put that in HXD and see if we can repair the file and get it playable. All right, I'm in HXD here. Let's go ahead and open up the file that we renamed to replay test 2. So as you can see, just like the last video here on this line number 10, and also right here under 2, we're going to go ahead and change that to 99. I'm going to go ahead and save that. And we're going to put that back into our folder. I'll show you how that goes again. And we're going to see if this is playable. Now, see down here where it says Fortnite release 6.30? This will change with the versions. I've done a few other tests, which I'm not going to show here in the video, but I noticed that this will change. Like right here, this line 270 will change depending on the version. So I tried to match up my old replays because what happened was, as I was trying to explain earlier, those older files that I repaired at the time of the video, they're no longer playable, even though this is changed to a 99 right here. See, this, what you're putting here equals something here, you know, within the game, okay, within the file. So what you're doing here is changing something within the file. That's why if you change the code right here on line 270, it's also going to change it. When I changed it, it was at 6.0 something, and then it changed to 6.30 when I went ahead and changed this to match my current replay files. So basically what I did was I opened up a current replay file within, you know, that's current within this particular update, and I tried to make it match. Then I started thinking about it, I said, with all the lines of code here that you got to go through, who knows how many things are changed that need to be changed as the game progresses. So my thinking is, if you guys want to restore a replay file, the method should work. So we're gonna prove that right now. This method still works, but you're only gonna have a limited amount of time to do this. So, you know, if you wait too long, you guys have replay files that you want to use them quickly. You don't want to wait too long, because as the game, as this version changes and more things, you know how this game is, it keeps changing and changing and changing. They keep adding new things, taking things out, the map changes and all that. Sooner or later, these files, even if you restore them by changing this right here and make them playable for a week or so more, they might not be playable you know, next Wednesday or whatever the next patch that Epic puts out. Okay, I just want to let you guys know that there may be a way to go through and like completely change everything line by line here, but is it really worth it? It probably isn't really worth it. All right, so let's get back into the game and see if this file works. But before we go back into the game, now that we have this repaired file from HXD here, let's do one more thing. I also put away another file before the recent update. Okay, this is something I did in preparation for this video. I went ahead and saved one of my replays. I haven't really been playing the game, but I just went ahead and made a couple of replays. That's why you see them on the list, because I was planning this video. I wanted to show you guys this. But I went ahead and saved some replays. I basically took a replay out of the folder, out of the Fortnite folder, and put it into another folder so it wouldn't be affected by any updates. And I want to see what's going to happen with that replay file, okay? That's just to make sure we cover all our bases here. So let's see what happens with a file that was removed from this folder and then placed back into the folder. Let's do that here. All right, see, we have this here. That's why I named that one replay test 2, because I knew I had saved this file, but this has been saved and it wasn't affected, right? So replay test was not affected. So let's go ahead and put that folder. I'm going to go ahead and cut it from this folder. We're going to go ahead and paste it into the Fortnite folder. Users, your folder here, app data, local, Fortnite game, saved, and then demos. right? And let's paste that right here. All right, now we got replay test 2. Replay test 2 is a file that was left in the replay folder. The game updated, you know, the most recent updates here, right? Became unusable, and this has only been about a week, man, that this happened. It was like last week, between the week prior and the current week, or the most recent update, and we're in another week now anyway. Probably the Wednesday, Thursday, they're going to do another update because they're going to put dynamite in the game and all that, right? So, and this replay test here was not affected, but these two files were, but we repaired replay test 2. So let's go ahead and load the game up. All right, we're back in the game. Let's get into the career folder and see what happens with these files. We have 2 out-of-date replays. We should have 3, of course, right? But we don't. We declined on that, and we have replay test 2. This is the one we repaired in HXD. Let's see if our method works. And there you have it. It does work. It still works. It still works, guys, but what I'm going to conclude here, right, is that it's not going to work forever, okay? Because like I said, I've had the replays from the last video. I left them here, and they stayed in the list just like this with the blue, you know, in the blue section that they're in date, and they still will not play. And that, you got to just attribute that to the game being updated so many times. Depending on what Epic does to the game, you know, they make, sometimes their updates are just little changes. Sometimes it's, you know, big changes, additions, and removals from the game. So map changes and all that type of stuff. Once all that type of stuff happens, you can rest assured, probably, even if you recovered some of these files, that this will not work. So my advice to you guys is, if you're playing the game and you get a replay or something that you want, make sure you rename it and use it right away. You know, get it, record it, use your recording software, and get what you need, get the clips that you need out of that replay file as quickly as you can. Because this recovery method works, as you can see. But as you can see here, something's obviously been changed in the replay files. That's why the one that we put away, replay test, which was not affected by any updates, Epic couldn't do anything to this file. But because whatever it's looking for within the file has changed, now this replay is not playable at this point. It's not, you know, it's not within date. But I guarantee if we go ahead and fix it, it'll be playable just like replay test 2 is. I can go ahead and make it playable. Problem is, maybe a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks down the road, this file may not be playable. So my advice to you guys, use it within the week that you recover it. If you're trying to do this to replays that have been sitting in this folder of yours for too long, you know, last season or anything like that, it's not going to work, man. So you have to do it within the current season and try and do it within the current week before they update the game, and especially before a huge update. All right? So I've been Unsilent Gamer. I hope this helps. I just wanted to follow up, and I want to thank everybody for commenting and interacting on the last video. I'm glad I was able to help many of you recover some of your files. And then, you know, I also saw many of you were having trouble with it, and I wanted to figure out why. So I haven't been using these files since I made that video. I only needed it, you know, the file back then when I made the original video, and I wasn't really like worried about it any longer. I just knew that method worked, but I didn't know how long it was going to work. You know, I didn't know if there was going to be a limit. I thought it was going to be usable forever, but apparently not. Apparently not, guys. So, but it does work to get you out of a spot if you haven't waited too long. All right, so that's the update. That's the follow-up to my last video. Thank you guys for watching that video. Thank you guys for commenting. I've been Unsilent Gamer, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace. Happy holidays.
I'm right chip, boss, man. I got this, yeah.